you start a painting,
Yeah.
what is it that you're looking at, and how do you get there? And
They're already done. They're already done in my head. I have to get them down. So there's no end or beginning. I don't really have a choice in that part. That comes from somewhere else. I'm Rebecca Moy. Welcome to my studio. I'm an abstract painter in Chicago. I've been painting full-time now for 6 years, and I've always been a painter though, so professionally 6 years. So we're going to talk a little bit about what I do, how I do it, my process, why, and it's about 350 to 400 hours. There's probably 60 layers of paint on this one alone. They start very thin. I play with opacities and viscosities and tints, tones, and shades, and this is one of my favorite pieces I've ever made. It kind of challenges you. It makes, well, I hope anyway, I hope it makes you wander, you know. I think my paintings should, well, I want you to explore in them. I want you to explore your memories and your thoughts and your ideas and who you are in them, because that's why I paint, you know. It's about sharing that experience and forming an attachment to it, you know, and a visceral thing, you know. When you love something and you look at it, you know it. And I hope that happens a lot with my paintings. So first you got to get painting down, right? You got to understand how color theory works, and I had to teach myself all that for a couple years. And then once I figured out my niche and how I paint and why I paint the way I do, it took probably 2 years to get the brush quality down to almost, it's a graphic quality. I mean, they're so tight, you know. So I use very tiny brushes, and it just took a lot of patience and practice and a lot of painting. But that's all you do, you know. You put thousands of hours into something, you're going to get better at it, and no matter what it is. And I've never wanted to be better at anything or do anything else than paint. So I'm painting all over the canvas pretty much the whole time, tweaking, going back and forth between really opaque parts, and then I'll wash right over them so it looks like they're going behind, even though I'm going to bring them up later. So if I don't know how they react 10 layers later, it's going to look like crap because acrylic won't forgive you. And I love that. It challenges me as a painter to everything I do has to be my best. Otherwise, you can't wash it out. It's done. Once you put it down, acrylic's dry. And I love that. There's nowhere really I start. It's all up here, so it's all about, it's like trying to paint, seeing the end result, so it's how do I get to that end result, and it takes a long time. But it's definitely collected through looking at buildings, bridges, the form and shapes of people and organic things. So it's this hybrid of organic construct maybe, or, you know, mechanical versus natural, stuff like that happens in my head, and I just like lines a lot, so I collect them wherever I go. But sometimes, you know, when it's showtime, I can push 80-hour weeks, and then I'm exhausted, and you do what you got to do. I love my job. Yeah.